This is the hallway here where I drug my things down. And here is outside. But this is where I drug my trash bags, if you can see them here. And my backpack and suitcase. And a few things I tried to keep together. And if you have followed me on YouTube and Facebook, I'm going to say this. I'm Margaret Ann Windsor, and I was kidnapped in 1941 at age 2 and brought to Motel, Alabama, and given the name of a twin that was dead, Peggy Ann Dempsey. I married to Childers. I still have to use that name, and I've put all this up. And what I want to say in this is political. I am allergic to chemicals, toxic fumes. And I should live a normal life, should have. But this is political. I've been forced to inhale fumes that are toxic. When I'm able to get a place to live, that's controlled, whether I get it or not. And I'm made to move, and I quoted a retired Virginia State Trooper, Carl Barton, back in 2009. His wife said to me, "This is how we run you with chemicals." Well, I knew it, but my word's been made no good. If you did a background check, you'd get nothing but a lie about me. You wouldn't get at all what's been done to me and being done. I'm almost 78 years old, and when I came to Roanoke in October the 20th of 86, it was really, it's been bad, but it was really bad because I couldn't get a place to live, a job, nothing. And that's after running in campaigns and being flown out to Mr. Flint's because I knew about his shooting, and he helped me in the campaign in 83, that I lost, by the way. I haven't done anything wrong. I've told the truth, and if telling the truth and being born who I am, I was kidnapped. It's who my father is and I am, and the lies that have been told. I didn't commit a crime, but this is ongoing. Where I stay, if I get a place, I pay the rent. If I pay a month, I might have to leave the next day, and they don't give my money back. And this has happened just the other day. A month ago. I'm going to repeat back when I had worked live-in companion aid, I managed to get, and I had $3,500 that I hadn't seen money in so long. And I went and I paid rent on Williamson Road at Budget Inn. It was owned by the Patels. Paid for a month. I moved in, and I left the job. And I moved in, paid him a month's rent. A couple of days later, Patel that managed it, they were related, came in and said they were going to start renovating. This is in November when it's cold up here. So the whole thing, I'm just showing you how put together, and what they've done is assault and battery and conspiracy. And I called the law. Well, they let me know back then that they weren't going to protect me. They are a part of it. So the police came out there, the man did, and he told me he'd arrest me. Can you believe it? I'm just telling about what the man's going to do, and he knows, and trying to, if he's going to do that, to get my money back, that I have an autoimmune disorder. I'm allergic to it, and it can cause mass inflammation, and it has, because this is what's been done to me. It takes out my kidneys, my lungs, my liver, all parts of my body. And the cop left. He pretended, well, he would have. He put my hands behind me and was going to handcuff me and make me leave. He said, "You're the one that's going to leave." Well, I told him I'd go ahead and leave. Here I'm trying to get my money back and get an assault stopped. The cop leaves, and Patel said to me, this Patel, they get in over here and they bring the others over here and give them small business loans and all kinds of stuff. So they've really gotten wealthy, the Shaws and Patels, in this area and around. And I've tried to leave, and I'm meant to stay here in Roanoke, I guess, because I'm run back here. But now I can't run anymore. Anyway, Patel said to me, after the cop left, he said, we're Americans now. We have to do as they tell us to do. So that lets you know what's been going on. So this has been going on since really 86. It has made my life a living hell. I mean, they're killing me over time. And I'm going to say this. I was at Edinburgh. That's like Edinburgh in Scotland, and look at where the Queen lives. Okay, you get the drift. Okay, I got in on a HUD because I don't have any money. So the woman that ended up with my apartment was named Carol. What was her last name? I can't even remember right at the moment. Carol, I can't remember. Simon. Her husband was a psychiatrist. She was divorced from Seattle. What she's doing down there, and she's still living there in the apartment that was mine, she said to me, because they started filling, the minute I moved in, they started filling it with fumes and gases, and the guy had known that I lived on the mountain. He had a beautiful home out there. I had to go up there to have a place to live and freeze and starve in front of everybody. This has been done ongoing in plain sight with people knowing everything about it. And they said the cops told them they're going to do what the cops tell them to do to not help me. And anyway, he's manager there. He's got this beautiful home where I used to crawl up the mountain and starve and freeze. He knows all about it. He stood there one day and said, I don't mean to kill you or anything, but this is my job. He wasn't even qualified to mix chemicals, whatever they were putting in there. But Carol said to me, she said, you're paying for what your relatives did to the Jews. She meant the gassing. Well, there's a lot more to that that hasn't been told either, and that's who kidnapped me. The Rockefellers, Rothschilds, Roosevelt, the Kennedys, my own uncle, some of the Windsors. They took out my dad and then kidnapped me in 41. But back to this. I have not gotten a place that they haven't come in and run me. I have no money. I have few clothes, and this is what I wanted to say here. If it's still going, I'm not sure it is. I just showed you the corridor here. I had been where they come in and paved, and I was just about dead. They did things remodeled. I had to move, and this is just the last place I was at about 2 months ago. And I came in here to this motel, Super 8, on Thirlane Road in Roanoke. It's owned by, they're from India. And it's too expensive. It's a hotel. So when I got my check, I'd left from the paving and the remodeling, and this is ongoing though. This is funny to people that it's done at such a high level, and I can't do anything about it. I can't get an attorney. So I go over to Vinton, and it's a town, suburb of Roanoke. It's in the county, and the woman knows all about my illness. I rented from her about 5 years ago, and she's very into politics and everything, and she's got money. But I called her because I was so desperate, and from here. And she said she didn't have anything. Then she called me back and said she did, that somebody suddenly moved and she didn't know why. And I told her, I said, well, I just left where they were paving. And I said, you haven't just paved, or you're not going to remodel or anything like that using chemicals, are you? Oh, no, you're okay. Just come right ahead. I got over there. They just paved a month before I got there. They remodeled, put in new cabinets before I got there. 2 days, I was stuck then. I didn't have the money. I paid her all my money, security deposit, and a month's rent, and I wish to God I hadn't, because it almost killed me. Seriously. But that's not all. I mean, I'm not allowed to say this because I can't get an attorney. I can't take photos of fumes, okay? It's not just the remodeling. They mix chemicals in the air and heating system, and it comes out and just about kills me over the time it has. So now, if this is still going, I'm going to put this up. I was so sick when my month's rent was up and I got money that I could move. I came back here for a few days because I was really passed out. I came in on a Thursday, and this is what, Monday night, and they don't have a luggage rack to bring your luggage, or they haven't when I was here before, and this time they didn't. Well, I'm dragging my stuff. I can't even stand up. I'm so bad by now.